Hi guys, and welcome back to the Revit architectural training tutorial. In this chapter, I'll show you how to place door and window elements. Let's begin. In Revit, we have dedicated tools for creating doors and windows respectively. In their actual operation, both tools are nearly identical. The only difference being the category of object that they create. We will cover the use of both tools in the same tutorial. The door and window tools work in an identical way. So learn one of them, and you instantly know the other. So just work your way through the use of the door tool, and then have a go with the window tool. It is important to understand that doors and windows are hosted components. Revit door and window objects are what we call hosted components, or hosted families. They are called hosted because they necessarily require a host component in which to exist. If you try to place a Revit door in free space, you will get an error sign, and that's because it needs a host in which to embed itself. The fantastic thing about hosted families is that once they are created in their host, they stay attached to that host even if it moves, or its parameters changes. For example, you create a door in a wall. You then decide to change the location, or rotation the wall element, the door stays with it. Okay, let's create some doors. First we need to draw a host for our door. As we already learned in a previous chapter, I'm going to create a wall. Go to Architecture tab, Build panel, and select Wall tool. Form the drop-down menu, select the type, and draw it on level 1. Once we have the host done, it is time to place our door. Go to Architecture menu tab, Build panel, and select the door tool. As soon as you select the door tool, you will see the options bar change accordingly. You have some options as to the placement, type, and orientation of any associated tags. Don't worry too much at this stage about tags. I'll be covering them in a dedicated tutorial later on in the course. With the door tool selected, you can simply hover over a section of wall and click to place a component. Just notice how there is a no entry symbol displayed if your cursor isn't over an appropriate host, a wall element in the case of doors and windows. Once you placed a door into your model, cancel out of the door tool, either by hitting escape on your keyboard, or the modify button on the far left-hand side of the menu. Have a close look at the door I've just created. Notice the two double arrow symbols close to the door. They allow you to change the side, right or left, and change the direction, in or out. If you want to change the side on which the door is hinged, just click on the flip hand control arrow. This option is available only for door families created with horizontal controls. If you want to change direction in which the door swings, just click on the flip facing control arrow. This option is available only for door families created with vertical controls. These controls allow you to rotate and flip the door. So if you have found that you originally placed the door in the wrong orientation, you do not need to delete it and place a new one. Just simply select it and use the control arrows to correct the orientation. If you need to create a new type of door or window component your project, simply select a family that you need a new type for, and then hit Edit Type and then Duplicate. This is exactly the same process as for creating new wall types. Remember, it is super important, before you do anything else, hit the Duplicate button, and create your own new type. Never modify an existing door or window type. Always duplicate it, and create your own new type. Give the new type a unique name, and you are then free to change any of its type parameters. Please note that your new type only exists within this particular Revit project. There will be many occasions where you need to load additional components into your project. With the door or window tool selected, take a look at the right-hand side of the ribbon menu. You'll see a button named Load Family in the Mode panel. Go ahead and click on this. A file browser window will open, and it should be configured to open with the standard library folder for doors. From here you can load any of the additional components that ship with Revit architecture. Okay, but what if I just need an opening in the wall? There are a couple of tools you can use for this task. The first one is the Wall Opening tool, and it is located in the Architecture menu tab, Opening panel. This panel contains tools for creating openings in various elements. You need to select the one called Wall. The easiest way to create the wall opening is in a plan view. So, with the Wall Opening tool selected, make 2 separate clicks on the wall and plan to define the start and the end of the opening. If we go ahead and switch to a 3D view, we can see our new wall opening properly. To adjust the parameters of your wall openings, first make sure you have selected it. Just hover over one of the edges of the opening and cycle through nearby objects by use of the Tab key. When the opening highlights, go ahead and select it with the left mouse button. Once it is selected, you will see its parameters in the Properties palette. From here you can now make changes to its base height, base offset, top height and top offset. The second tool you can use to create a wall opening is the Edit Profile tool. This tool allows you to edit the wall's elevation profile and add openings in a section view or an elevation view. In order to use this tool, make sure you are in an elevation and have the wall selected. Go to Modify Walls menu tab, Mode panel, and select Edit Profile. Use the tools on the Modify tab, and the Draw panel to edit the profile as needed. Delete the lines and then sketch a completely different shape. Split the existing lines and add arcs. Draw openings or holes. When you are finished, click Finish Edit Mode. If you want to restore an edited wall to its original shape, select it, and click Modify Walls tab, Mode panel, and hit Reset Profile.